I'm Jason from HB Communications. I'm just going to go over all the controls for the screening room here at the Harrington School. First, I'm going to start with the video wall. So if we come over here, when you walk in the room, sometimes you may find the whiteboards closed like this. The projection screen is actually behind this whiteboard. So there's a little notch to it, so you got to give it a little push. And you can open this up. You want to make sure not to slide your hand and touch the projection surface. Okay, so here's your projection screen. You also want to make sure not to point to anything with an open marker, or if you're writing on this whiteboard surface, don't come off the edge and continue to go over onto this screen because we don't want to damage the projection screen. If we come over here to the podium, I'll show you all where all the connections are. Up on the top of the podium, you have your touch panel and your computer monitor. You have a pocket right here, which has an HDMI and a VGA connection to hook up a laptop. You have two USB connections where you can hook up a jump drive or a thumb drive to put data on the local PC in the classroom here. On the side, you have two more laptop connections, HDMI and VGA. There's a little drawer here where the keyboard and mouse are stored. This remote control is for the Apple TV that's in the rack. The drawer on the side here has a document camera, which you can open up. I'm just going to turn it on for right now. And then down below, we have the rack of equipment. The only thing down here that you would ever need to touch is the Blu-ray player, which is right here, this Oppo unit. The eject button is right here. And it'll light up once it turns on in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and start going through the controls of the system. I'm going to touch screen to start. And I'm just going to select what I want to use. So I'm just going to start with the Podium PC for now. So when I select Podium PC, the projector will turn on. This particular room has a laser projector, so the uptime for the projector is only about 4 or 5 seconds max. It's already at full brightness here. So there you go. Okay. I don't have a laptop to connect with me, but what you want to do is hook up your laptop to either the HDMI or the VGA. If you use the VGA, you have to plug in this headphone jack into your computer and make sure your volume is turned up on your computer. You can only choose one of these two and one of the two on the side. You can't hook up one laptop to HDMI and one laptop to VGA because you can't switch between the two. It's auto switching. If you do plug in two devices, it's going to favor the HDMI because that's the better quality connection. On the touch panel to select your laptop, you have laptop top, which is the one on the top of the podium. Laptop side is the connections coming off the side of the podium. PC is the PC that's installed in the rack, which is the silver unit down here, which should be on all the time. And you would use the mouse and keyboard in the keyboard tray, which are wireless, so you can take them out, use them on this surface, or bring them over to the center of the room if you'd like. I'm going to select document camera. And you'll notice that I actually, on the computer monitor here, is like a preview. So I actually get the document camera on this, so I don't have to turn around while I teach and look at the projection surface. I can look at this local monitor here instead. The controls on the document camera, I believe these are pretty standard throughout campus. This wheel on top is your zoom control. You do have a focus right here. This green button is an autofocus. And you can actually, you have a freeze button, which turns green. You can change what's down here, but it doesn't change up on the projection. And then you can hit freeze again, and it'll come back. Okay? That's about it for the document camera. There is a cable TV button on here. Currently, there is no cable TV in the building, so that's a future item. You have a Blu-ray player, which this is where we would now load our disc down below by hitting this eject button that's lit up. Put our disc in. We can close that, and this doesn't need to stay open while you play it. All the controls are up here on the touch screen. So you can move left and right, up, down, hit OK, and all your menu and play, pause, stop buttons. We're going to go over to Apple TV. We're going to have to hit menu just to wake it up. And you can see it on my preview monitor here. I can move around the menu, play, pause. For more advanced controls, you're going to want to use the remote in the drawer. And I guess if you have like an iPad or something like that, you'll be able to send it to the Apple TV wirelessly. Other controls, volume up, down, mute is right here. You have a settings page. Because this podium can be connected on the left side of the room or the right side of the room. Currently it's on the left, so we want to make sure that the left is the one that's selected. Display, these are just the projector controls, on, off, and video mute. So you can turn that on and off. And your audio settings in this particular room, none and pass-through would be your default. If you're a more advanced audio user, you do have some selections here for different audio codecs, Dolby Pro Logic, music, movie, stereo downmix, and auto would just select whatever the Blu-ray, say, is putting out. And pass-through is going to be whatever the device is putting out is going to pass it straight through without changing it or altering it at all. Okay. That's about it for the controls. When you're all done with the system and you want to turn it off, you just go System Off. Yes. The preview monitor is going to default back to the PC when you do shut it off, so that way you can use the computer without it being up on the projection screen.